who was once going to secondary school, whom they thought would become lawyers in Nigeria or good wives in Nigeria, whichever way you looked at it, and are no longer seen. The country does not care about them. Another set of people came around. They took almost 300 girls from a school. Aren't we ashamed of it? I am ashamed of it. I still feel ashamed of it. I don't know what to do except at occasions like this, talk about it. And please, if there are any people here who are in any way responsible for making sure that there is enough ammunition, that there are enough intelligent people in that section of the army that can work it out, enough policemen in that section of the state that can work it out. Give them solutions to bring this out. Remind them of the problem. Those girls could be your sisters. They are lost. They are lost at a very, very very, very important age. They have become zero. You don't know that they are standing there anymore. They are not here in Nigeria anymore. What are we going to do about it? It's not enough for us to have an occasion like this. And I thank Dr. Ezekwesili. I thank her with all my heart for keeping that problem up. But that is not the one and most important thing. It is very, very important. But it is also very important for each and every one of us to tack onto whatever problems we have. This particular problem, do we have no shame? Can people just kick us around? You go to the market and you see one very difficult person shouting on another very difficult person, and they shout at each other. But at that same market, you find other persons coming to stop the quarrel and to make sure there is some. Did that school do something bad for the principal, the education office, the minister of education, the senator in that part of the country, to completely neglect them? Why? If they have not neglected them, please let them tell us what these girls are now doing. Why are they there? That's the question we must ask ourselves. And that's the question we must all continue to ask ourselves. Maybe it's a very simple question to answer. Maybe it's rather stupid of my standing up here and saying this, but I'm getting tired of it. Why are girls not here? And so, without boring you anymore, asking this question, why, I still beg of you to put something into whatever you do, and to say, by this time next year, all our girls should be back. All of them should be back. All of them should be back.
Please, I need you to keep clapping until she gets to her seat.
Message from the professor of mathematics, Professor Grace Alele Williams, a professor of mathematics education and former vice chancellor, University of Benin. And she wants a firm commitment that by next year, the remaining Chibok girls in captivity will be rescued.
Whose name is Grace. Thank you so much, Professor Grace Alele Williams. I hope that her questions are not rhetorical, and I hope that, eventually answers will be provided. I also share a hope that by this time next year, we will not have to have, if we do have a second Chibok girls lecture. It will be to welcome the rest of the Chibok girls. I also share that hope. Well, we move quickly now to the next event. The Chibok girls they're not just a number. We say we lost almost 300 of our girls were abducted. Those girls have faces. Those girls have names. To help us put a name to some of the girls who have returned, we target the joy of return. I now invite Florence Ozo.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a tragedy that we're here today, 3 years on, and most of our girls are not back. But we do recognize the joy that we have experienced in the course of these 3 years and the number of girls that have been found. I will call out their names. Comfort Amos, Gloria Minta, Comfort Nabila, Lugwa Sandra, Mariamu Lawan, Mary Dama, Saratu Mukta Emmanuel. I think we should clap at every time. Jumail John, Rebecca Mulam, Blessing Abana, Deborah Jafaru, Binda Nuhu, Mariamu Bulama, Alima Musa, Rebecca Ibrahim, Deborah Andrews, Agnes Japani, Mariama Bashir, Rahab Ibrahim, Asabe Goni, Saratu Marcus, Amina Ali Nkeki. I cannot go on any further. Those are the only names we do have. Those are the only girls who have so far been reunited with their families. Those are not all our girls. 3 years, too long. No more excuses. What are we demanding? What are we asking for? What do we want? When shall we stop? When shall we stop? Who are we? Who are we? What are we fighting for? Mr. President? Mr. President? Mr. President? Mr. President? What are we demanding?
Thank you so much, Florence. As she did mention, those are not all the girls. We wish the number that had returned were far more than those that are still in captivity. But that is not the case. To talk about the pain of those still in captivity, I now invite Buki Shonibare.
Good evening, all. Good afternoon, all. Sadly, we've had 24 girls back, happily so, but we still have 195 that are still missing, that are yet to be brought back. Their pain cannot be quantified. We have girls like